This is the 2025 Nissan Frontier SV. Is this the midsize truck to buy? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm at Or Nissan in Shreveport, Louisiana, and we're going to go over the particulars on this refreshed Frontier. If you want to know more about this particular model, check out the link down in the description of the video. As far as the exterior changes go, the biggest change will be seen here on the front end with the new grille design. And while it's new to the Frontier, it's not new to the Nissan lineup, as it really falls in line with other models and makes it look similar. Gives it a little bit of a way to accentuate the boxy lines of the body as well. So it seems to fit, brings it up, gives it maybe a little bit of a breath of new life. Now, as we work our way through, I'm still going to give you all the particulars on everything, but I'll talk about what is new as we get to the different areas that have changed with the vehicle. This is a two-wheel drive, which means rear-wheel drive truck. Tire and wheel setup, 265 on your width. The sidewall is 65 as the series, and wrapped around the 17-inch wheels. Tell me what you think about these wheels. Also, we're going to come up here to our side view mirrors. Now, this being the SV trim level, we don't have power folding side view mirrors. We don't have turn signal indicators built in, but you do have a couple of things here that I think you're going to be very happy with. Number one, they're power adjustable mirrors. Number two, they're heated, and you have your blind spot monitoring built in right there. And let's take advantage of the bright Louisiana sunshine to show you the remote. Here's what we have. Kind of basic, but that's what we're going to have. Pretty easy to deal with. Now, we're going to work our way here to the rear and take a look at what we have. Nice look with the tail lights. I think that works. The Frontier logo is stamped into the tailgate. Nothing new where that's concerned, but just wanted to show you a little bit of what's there. And a nicely dampened tailgate. I tell you what, that's one of the most highly dampened, if that's proper terminology, tailgates that I think I have seen with one of these trucks. As far as practical use as a truck, we're looking at 1,620 pounds as the payload. But the change that you're going to find here is going to be due to having a revised suspension back here that allows this truck to tow up to 7,130 pounds. About a 500-pound increase from what we've seen in the past. And that's that one thing I was telling you about. If you don't believe me, get on your favorite search engine and do a search on what these 2025 models can tow. That has changed. Under the hood is the naturally aspirated 3.8-liter V6. It makes 310 horsepower and 281 pounds-feet of torque, mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. What can you expect when it comes to gas mileage? Well, here's what the window sticker tells us. 19 city, 24 highway, 21 combined, and 4.8 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And what about the gas tank itself? Well, you don't have capless fuel fill. You have the gas cap right here that I think a lot of people like more than capless fuel fill. And when you go to fill up, this is a 21-gallon gas tank. Now let's talk about what your rear seat passengers are going to find. First of all, the armrest is nice and comfortable. Normally, I don't like to see an angled area on the armrest like this, but really that's kind of out of the way. When I put my arm back here, it really doesn't bother me. So that's a good thing. We're going to have our door bin right here, bottle holder here, and a couple of different ways to configure the back seat area. Makes things useful. You can raise the seat backs, or the seat cushions, I should say, up. I didn't push that up far enough, but it will go all the way back. And you have some storage underneath in addition to that, but if you need to haul something back here that will fit to keep it out of the weather, that's the best way to do it. And you can lower the seat backs themselves as well. And the real purpose for that is to make it easy to gain access to the tools to change a tire. I did mention earlier in the video that this truck does come with a spare tire located underneath the rear, underneath the bed back there. And not a whole lot to talk about back here. No air conditioning vents, which I don't think is a big deal because you don't have an enormous cab to cool or heat, but you do have the 2 USB options right there, and then a rear seat pocket on the back of the passenger seat. We'll also find a fold-down armrest with cup holders built in. And I have to give a big thumbs up to Nissan for this design, because here's the thing. If you had the typical parallel to each other cup holders right here, well, when there's a cup in one or the other, well, that basically means that whoever has the cup in there can't use this area as an armrest. You can have two in here and still do that. That's always a good thing. The one thing I do wish was different here is basically you're pretty much sitting up at a 90-degree angle back here. Not necessarily the end of the world, but for a long road trip, not sure that that would work very well. It would be nice to have a little bit of recline built into the seats back here. And last but not least, before we hop into the front seat, what about headspace? Well, I'm 5'10". I'm sitting straight up, which is the only option I pretty much have unless I wanted to slouch in the seat. But you can see, well, if you're over 6 feet, you probably need to be sitting right up there in the front. What is the sticker price on this Nissan Frontier SV for the 2025 model year? $37,435, at least here at Orr Nissan. Another change we're going to have, you'll have the 6-way power adjustable driver's seat with 2-way lumbar support. We're still going to have a manually adjustable passenger seat over there. And by the way, another change right here, we're going to drop the lever right here so we can adjust the steering wheel. That is not just tilt adjustable. That's easy to deal with. Let's go over here where you can see it. Now, you also have the telescopic adjustability as well. So tilt and telescopically adjustable. Still have our same look with the instrument cluster. There are our steering wheel mounted controls, everything over here on the left-hand side for controlling the headlights. You can just set that to auto. You also have the functionality of the turn signal lever or the blinker lever right there. Some of you might know what that's for, and I know some of you don't. It just depends on your situation, on what you've learned how to do or what you've paid for on your vehicles. I know some of you don't have the turn signal option. Over here, I can't really say anything funny or sarcastic about the lever for controlling your windshield wipers, but there it is. The biggest change of all, I think, besides the increased towing capacity, is going to be the 12.3-inch touchscreen. Nothing new to the Nissan brand, but it is new to the Frontier. Very easy to deal with, very easy to use. We can go to menu right here, depending on what we need to see. Settings, all of these things, connections, audio, all of that's going to be there. Here's what your backup camera is going to look like on this screen. And you'll also find the ability to now pair your smartphone and use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly. So you don't have to tether your phone or plug in a USB cable, ultimately, is what that comes down to. So we do have some connectivity options down here, a couple of USB options, and everything with our air conditioning is going to continue to be down here as well. If you're looking for the auto stop start system button to turn that on or off, depending on what you want to do, well, there it is. There's where you turn the engine on and off. Take a quick look there at some of the storage capacity with the glove box, and then we have, I guess those could be used as crap handles if somebody drops the hammer on 310 horsepower. You never know. Somebody might not like driving fast in your vehicle. Cup holders, a little bit of space right here in front of the center console. And the center console lid doubles as an armrest. It would be kind of nice if you could extend that forward a little bit maybe, or it was just a little bit longer, because I don't like my wrist hanging off like that, but maybe not a big deal while you're driving. And a reasonable amount of space within that area. Now, we're going to find everything up here. Control your reading lights, your map lights, all of that if you need to use that. And we'll take a look at the vanity mirror. There it is. No light where that's concerned, but that's what we have here on the SV trim level. And something that I am glad to see is that you can extend the visor like this, so if the sun is on the side of your vehicle shining through the window, you don't have to worry about that being an issue. Some of the other features we'll find here are the knobs for controlling the volume and the station. You can also see what else you have right there. Pretty self-explanatory and easy to deal with. If you're hunting around for the hazard light button to turn the hazard lights on, there that is, the Frontier logo right here. I know you probably saw that earlier. What is it like to drive this truck? Why don't we get out on the road and we'll find out. We'll get out on the road for a quick test drive. I did want to mention a couple of things as far as safety features go. You know, you have your blind spot warning, you have rear cross traffic alert, your rear sonar, and your lane departure warning. There's a lot of good safety features here. Obviously all the airbags within the interior as well that hopefully you never need. So what is it like to drive this Frontier? Well, it seems to get down the road without any trouble. I'm just cruising down the road, eased into the gas pedal, not really pushing it real hard, and it seems to be getting up to speed, maybe getting up to a little more speed than I need to, no problem. One thing that I noticed that's very interesting about driving these Frontiers, if you drive one around, say, on the dealership lot, you're about to do a test drive and you're thinking to yourself, wow, the steering is kind of difficult to move. It's very heavy. Once you're up and moving like this, that pretty much goes away. It's really not a problem. It does feel good and tight, and I do like that. That's always a good thing to have as far as any vehicle goes. So anytime you're driving, you don't want that loose, almost out of control feeling. It just depends on the situation as to what you're dealing with. And another common question to be answered is going to be ride quality. Well, it seems to be good to me. I think it's acceptable. It's sure not going to beat you to death. A lot of the time, obviously, with the truck having the light rear end, well, it's going to affect the ride quality to a degree, but I don't think it's too bad here. I do like the fact that you can adjust the driver's seat as much as you can, even though this isn't anything such as leather or something pleather or something like that. The cloth seating still seems to be very comfortable. So hard to say what it's going to be like on a long road trip, but it feels very well padded. And one other thing I did want to mention about the driver's seat is that you can raise and lower the seat as far as its adjustability goes, being the 6-way adjustable power seat. That's a question a lot of people ask about. Can you raise and lower the seat? Also, I feel like I have a lot of room here in the front seat, definitely more than what's in the back, so that's always a good thing to be able to take advantage of that and enjoy a little more space depending on who you are and how tall you are. That makes a difference. So if you're the person who's 6 feet tall or more, you definitely need to be sitting here in the front seat. Maybe grab the remote and drive, or at least call a shotgun. Technology here is super simple to learn and use. That's always a good thing. And I like the fact that everything is easy to get to. Nothing is a far reach, so to speak. That's always a good thing to have. So no matter your situation, I think you'll find that the interior is very user-friendly here. Quite a bit going on as far as this truck goes. Now, I do want to ask a question. How many of you would like to see a comparison video between the Nissan Frontier and the Honda Ridgeline? Tell me down in the comments section and I'll make that happen for you. And there's a quick look at the 2025 Nissan Frontier SV and its changes. Is this the midsize truck to buy? Tell me what your thoughts are, and tell me what your deciding factors are. Maybe your top 3 or just whatever you want to share. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at Nissan for loaning me this Frontier for the day. Don't forget about that link down in the description of the video if you might want to come in and buy this truck or something else in inventory. I also want to say a special thanks to all of you who are kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to share this video on your timeline so others can see it. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.